That is why I imported this to the UK, because that... Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing, and to another video where you join me. I'm in the car on the way to a very, very, very cool location. Yes, well, this is for maybe older viewers of the channel as well, and new, but you may have seen I've had so many different cars on my channel that I personally have owned, and it has been epic. So many. Started with Mercedes A40. Oh, my mate's doing, you know, that thing with, you know, the gesture control. A45 AMG. Then there's been an R8. Then before that there was a Corvette. More to come on that today. Lamborghini, etc. Well, some cars I do regret selling. It's a simple fact. You film cars, you get the chance to own them and share them with an amazing audience, and then they go, and you're like, oh, I'm not sure I should have done that. 3 years ago, I imported an awesome car into the country. It was a Corvette Grand Sport, and this was the first supercar on my channel. It was awesome. This car was sold because I got offered, well, a little bit more than what I paid for it, because a gentleman wanted to have my car, in terms of he wanted to have an exclusive car, and this was kind of like the only one. And I owned it, and it went so quickly, and I massively regretted selling it. The R8 replaced it. Well, today I'm going to be reunited with this car, ladies and gentlemen. So this might tempt me in many ways whether I buy that car back. I'm interested because I've not seen it for years. The stance, the looks, everything about it was unbelievable. On the road there was nothing else at the time in terms of my price bracket. But there's so much presence for it. But we're, like I say, we are going to go and see it, get up close and personal with my old Corvette. This is bringing back memories. And I said in a video, my last video, I said, I'm on the hunt for a supercar. Could this be an absolute game changer and a shock to you all of bringing this one back to the channel? Look what is here. Here it is. Oh wow. Oh wow, here it is. My old car, ladies and gentlemen. What we're going to do is we're going to take it to a certain destination, because what I want to do is I want to talk to you about this in more detail, trust me. So we're going to jump in the M8 again. This is going to follow us, and I'm going to talk to you more what's going on. Oh my good God. We're just about to pull over, but look in my rear view mirror what is following me. That is my old Corvette, ladies and gentlemen. And I wanted to do this because I wanted you to see what that is looking like exactly behind me. Look at the presence of it. I'm just staring in my mirror. It's got mods on it, it's got different bits and pieces on it, but that, I regret this massively. I'm just staring at it. The thing is, in terms of presence, what is better than that? I honestly got out of the car in shock to what I've just seen, and it looks absolutely incredible. He's done, oh, that's a big bump. That might be quite big for the Corvette. Is it all right? Doesn't have lift, but seems to be okay. I can't believe it. That front end on it. It looks like a 200 grand car. It's under £100,000, ladies and gentlemen. Lost for words, really. It was definitely not that. It was definitely not that loud when I when I had it. He's gone to town on it, and good lad, because I'm lost for words. I'm literally here, lost for words. Anyway, let's pull up. Let's have a walk around it, because just madness. Before we step out and see the car, as you are aware, these videos wouldn't be made possible if it wasn't for people who support the channel, and this video has been sponsored by Surfshark. Let me quickly explain Surfshark VPN. We are very reliant on the internet these days, whether it's keeping in touch with loved ones, whether it's online banking, everything, Surfshark VPN keep all of your information safe. Surfshark is a VPN service which encrypts your data that you send through the internet and protects you from people that you don't want seeing it. So I really like streaming videos, Netflix, etc., and Surfshark VPN, that helps massively. And if I'm trying to watch something, let's say on BBC iPlayer and I'm abroad, normally I couldn't actually do that, but with Surfshark VPN, you just change the country and job done. And they are giving you guys, my subscribers, 83% off when you sign up using my code. Right here, it's just AHR and you'll get 3 months for free. So get going, get clicking. Anyway, let's get back with the video. And here we go. The car is all behind me, parked up. Honestly, I'm buzzing because as you would have seen on the road, it looks unbelievable. But to see it, it's bringing back so many memories. That's my old car. It's not the same. It's got so many different mods to it. We're gonna walk around it. You know what? I said to her, I said, what are you gonna take for that? Because I want it. I want it back. I mean, come on, it's just a joke. But let's walk around it and stop waffling. So here we go then. Here is my old Corvette, which has its mods on it. It had so many different things in it, and it looks different to maybe when you guys potentially saw this car. I'm going to talk you around what he's done on it, but I'm sorry, but I say it a lot, but look at it sat there. I think it's been lowered, I'm not too sure. Flipping hell, look at the presents. It was always the presents that got me on this car. 20 on the front, 21 on the rear, I believe. Forged line wheels, that's the first thing that you will notice straight away, which I think makes the car have so much more presence, doesn't it? This car has 20 on the front, I believe, on these forged line wheels, and then 21 on the rear. As you can see, these are very, very cool. They're off the ZR1, they're very similar to the ZR1, but it's when you see it here, I mean, come on, that is just absolutely madness. So that's the first thing which it has. It has a stainless steel exhaust on it. So we're going to go to the back and we're going to see that as well. So stainless steel exhaust on the back, so it's way louder. This now, as you would have heard straight away in the video, we've greeted you with sound straight away. Tips are different as well, so very different to when I had it. You get these 4 massive tips on it, so now it's even louder and very cool as well. I love the detailing. That's still there from when I had it, ladies and gentlemen, so very cool with that. I love the pinstriping going on, so pinstriping going along at the back, the theme goes there, and then the theme actually runs on the side here, this little intake, and then just down here as well, and then this is actually factory, and then obviously we have the detailing which I did on the car as well, which is at the front there. So then we go to the front, and there's something which is completely different about the front. So this front is a ZR1 front. He's taken the old front from my car, well it's his car, took the old front from how I owned it, and he's now added a ZR1 front bumper. The whole front bumper is completely different. This comes off and the whole new one bolted on, and that is a ZR1 bumper which is now on the car. You get these fins which are here, and then this bigger front lip as well, and that just makes it look so much better. It now looks like a ZR1, and that's one thing which is mad. It now has that presence even more. It looks like a flipping ZR1, which is double the money. At one point I was very tempted to get a ZR1. Now this is effectively, this is under 100 grand, this car. It's just madness. Okay, let's talk about more, because there's so much more he's done. He told me he was going to go to town on it, but he's gone fully to town on it. Oh, I want it back. Anyway, more to talk about, and that is on the side skirts here. You will be able to see these side skirts are really big, and my car did not have these when I had it. It's because what he's done, he has added ZR1 side skirts. So from America you can get loads of different bits and pieces, and you can add these to the car with your forged line wheels, with your side skirts, with your ZR1 front end side skirts, you know what I mean. It's now a completely different car, but it hasn't and doesn't stop there. Another thing this car has on it now is racing headers. So Yeah. And if you're thinking about how fast is this car, it's going to be even quicker than it already is, and that is, it is going to be over 600 brake. More to come on that shortly. When you see that anywhere parked up, you are greeted with something which is completely and utterly ridiculous, and something you might not know. And this has, I'm not going to go inside the gentleman's car, but something you might be able to see, it has a very nice blue interior. So left-hand drive, another thing you're probably thinking, well, that's a little bit different. It is different because this car is one of, well, not many in the world. And this is why I've come to look at it today, ladies and gentlemen, because I am tempted to buy one of these back. Because he has gone to town on the mods, and that is what is so good. You can mod them like crazy. And where this gets even more mad is that this car is not going to be the same power. This is now, next step for him is he's going to supercharge it. So we won't open up the engine just now, but he's going to supercharge it, and then after the supercharger, then a tune goes on it as well. So you've got a supercharger and you have a tune. This car is going to have over 600, I think it's 650, 700 brake horsepower, and then now it's going to be competing with things like a Lamborghini Huracan and things like that, but it's under 100 grand. Obviously the mods cost money, but it's mad. It's actually mad. That is under 100 grand. It's just crazy. And you may be thinking, well, why the hell do you want one of these back? Well, because in terms of presence, it's not about racing things on the road. It's about presence and something different. And that is why I imported this to the UK, because that, everywhere I went was like, that's mad. It's still the best car I've owned. You might not agree with me, that's fine, but it is. And how he says it to me specifically as well, he says, I'm not interested in, you know, the racing or anything like that. I'm more just in awe of the looks. And I hope this is coming across on camera, because it's just what it looks like. And you could just sit here all day and look at it from this angle here. I think it's this angle here, ladies and gentlemen, where you look at it and you think that is incredible value for money. Obviously, this has cost a bit of money to get there. Nothing crazy, because you can't just everything bolts on, bolts off, but it's value for money. I think the rear wheels as well have been spaced, because now the arch, it sits bang on with that arch. Me and him, we've had conversations, and we have been, I said, what would you take for the car? And he says, I don't want to sell it. I have this, I have he has a Shelby as well. What, he's like, that's special, I don't want to sell it. And I'm like, that's what I should have done. So there is potential of one coming back in the country, but he's not going to sell me that car. So sorry to disappoint you all, but he is not going to sell me that because he loves it too much. Understandably, he doesn't want to sell it, because it's fairly annoying, to be honest, because at the time I had such a good offer on it, but he obviously had these ideas in his head and picture and how he wants it to look, and I'm so happy for him because he's such a nice guy, and he's got himself, which I think is one of the coolest cars on the road. You know, in England it's completely different and completely unique, and all I can do is just sit here in awe. But that, to be honest, if you went and bought a ZR1, I think to import one is £150,000, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. And this, like I say, I think I paid 87 for this car, and now, you know, what's the price? What's the price? Is the price what he wants to sell it for? It's not any different to that. He puts a figure on that car and he can say, I want 100 grand for it. All right, go and find yourself another one. You can't. That's the problem. I'm here going, well, yeah, I would like it. And he's like, well, he can put what he wants on that car. There's none. There's none. What else is it? That's the only one with a ZR1 kit on it. Oh. I want it back. Fingers crossed I am the first in line when he sells it, because I'll have it back. And I've said that. I said, when you want to sell it, call me up. I want it back. So fingers crossed, in the future, this will be back. It's not coming back just right now, which is a shame. But in the future, who knows? Who knows? Fingers crossed. So there we go. We are now departing. The Corvette is just leaving me. It was so cool just to catch up with it, and the mods it's got is just insane. And this has really got my supercar, you know, coming back to the channel sort of vibes. And yeah, like I say, I'm first in line. If he ever wants to sell it, like I say, I'm first in line to buy it back. A lot of you guys have been following me for 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, whatever. But that was the start. That was one of the first things that started Archie Hamilton Racing. It really was. And I took a punt. Taking a car in from America. I didn't really know what I was doing. And it's still here today, and it's yeah, it's crazy. But I hope you guys liked it. If you have any ideas on what supercar you want to see on the channel, if the Corvette's not your fancy, well, put it in the comment section down below. Like I say, I read all the comments, I read all the likes, the dislikes, and everything. I see it all. But just get going, so then I get an idea of what you want. You guys are the people who are the most important, and let me know, because summer's not that far away, and this has got me thinking big time. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you haven't already, and I will see you all very soon.